All right, guys, this is going to be a very upfront message. I know it's a message for sure. I'm going to say it's coming from you. You can reverse this. Whether you're actually saying this to someone or you've got it in there in case you ever get the chance to, the opportunity to, whatever it is, there's a person here. You hear the birds outside, that's messages. Clear as day, they're like tweet, tweet, tweet. You know what I mean? There's nothing emotionally charged about this. Not really. Although it is deep down. But anyway, I'm going to call this message up front because that's what this is. And I feel you 100%. Whoever this message is for, I know it's, again, not going to be for everybody. You can reverse it if you need to. But yeah, so basically there's someone here who you are not holding space for anymore at all, period. The end. You're not doing it. Okay? Now remember, this can be reversed. But the reason that you are not holding space for this person anymore is because at one time, or for several times, over and over again, you did. And it ended up the same way every time. And I mean, so you've learned. You've learned. I feel like there's been too many situations. I mean, the birds are talking. There's been too many situations happen, and the veil has finally been lifted on the situation. You see this person for what they are. You see that they don't really genuinely care. They don't really have any connection to you, and they're not trying to. And now listen, let me go ahead and preface this whole message by saying this is probably not a romantic message. Now, are people going to be watching this and think, yes, this is probably a romantic message. This has to do with the person who I've been giving them everything. I mean, yeah, it could be. But unless you're married or you're engaged, you're not obligated. You know what I'm saying? This is like family or friends. Like imagine a child who's like, I literally see a child waiting at a window for their mom or their dad to show up, and they never do. And they always have a reason why. They always have an excuse why, this and that and this and that. Now they can give all day, but they more so take, and never give. And they definitely never give to this little person right here. This, and I say little as an innocent. This person who's innocent, because rarely do I see it where I see a person who's entirely innocent. We're all guilty in some way for something. This is someone who's completely innocent in the matter. I mean, this could even be a child, or was at one time. It's just like someone here is or was or has been the entire time innocent in the matter, and they've been treated horribly. Horrific. Disgusting. I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. I mean, it's awful, you know what I'm saying? And that's what's put you, unless it's reversed, or maybe it's, maybe someone on the outside of you, and that could be the birds. Like maybe you've shared your opinion with this person who's hurting because another is constantly negligent of them. Negligent. Legit? I'm hearing illegitimate. Oh. Wow. Wow. It's just absent and doesn't give a shit, selfish. Can give in every other direction except for this one. And it's like, do you have some sort of personal vendetta against me? Are you jealous of me? Like, what is that? What is that here? What is this? Did we hate each other in a past life? Did I kill you in a past life? Like, what's going on here? Whatever. Whoever this is, I'm going to say it's you because a lot of you, I think it is you. This could even be a sibling. It could be a partner, or was a partner, but I think it could be a parent. It could be a parent, maybe even a step parent, but either way, friends, family is really what I'm feeling here, where I think that you not only don't hold space for someone anymore, but if they really wanted to have an adult conversation about it, you'd have no problem telling them the way that you see things, the way things are, and what's driven you to the point where you are no longer, and you care no longer to hold space for somebody. But they don't want to hear it. They wouldn't have this conversation with you. They can't give you that respect. They've never given you any respect, but they want people to give them a lot of respect, but they can't give you any respect, right? I would say you were probably entirely innocent in the matter, even if you're an adult now. At one time you weren't. And what happened to you, I feel like time and time again, okay, whatever that was really unfair, and this person was not there. And they, or they themselves treated you horribly. Maybe they were what happened to you time and time again. It was just constant disappointment, constant letdown, or constant abuse in some way. And that can make somebody be like, you know what, eventually I'm just going to write it off and anything to do with you. Even if that means that there's certain people that are attached to an individual that you do care for, and other innocent parties in the matter that will get hurt, or, you know, something like that. It'll appear like you don't want anything to do with them, but you got to protect your energy. So maybe you disconnect from a person, and that also means you can't be as close to somebody else who's connected to them, and you don't have anything against that individual. It's just that they come with this person, and you're like, well, you know, it is what it is. You know, it's just time and time again. Eventually people get tired of that shit, and eventually people say, hopefully people eventually get tired of it and say, now, what I love about you, though, and where I can tell that you have a heart, is because when I was writing this, I felt this softness in you. It's almost like out of principle, really, why you're standing your ground and knowing your boundaries now and giving yourself respect, even if you don't get it from another. That's fine. You can give yourself respect and stop letting somebody think that they can just treat you like this and just blatantly do what they're doing. Even if you were obligated in some way to be around this person. Now, that's not going to apply for everybody, but if you are obligated in any way to be around them at certain times, especially if it's family, could be work situations too. I don't feel that though, but it could be maybe even living situations for somebody here. If you have to and you're obligated to be around a person, I feel like you're going to be cordial. You're not going to be petty. You're not going to be petty. You're not going to be like, you're more mature than this person. You're more respectful. You have more conscience. Like this person's really cold. And usually I don't get in this energy where I'm like, oh, bad person, because we're all bad. We're all bad. We all have bad tendencies, bad and good and whatever we choose to do. But very rarely do I see it, and, you know, a lot of times it's easy to be like, I'm the victim, and, you know, not, but I do feel like you were the victim here, especially if this is something that happened over and over and over and over again, and you were completely genuine in the matter, or innocent, like a child at one point, maybe for a long period, and you did nothing, you know what I'm saying, to deserve the constant, relentless disregard from this person or abuse. You know, I also don't like expectations in the sense of I expect this person to do this and this and this. That's why I don't think this is a romantic message. I mean, it could be, but because I feel like the expectations here are warranted. Like a kid obviously is going to expect their parent to love them or to be there for them or to come through for them. You know what I mean? Or even their sibling, like, hey, I expect you to like be my sibling. But then we learn real quick to not have expectations. You know, we learn real quick. I mean, it's just fucking baffling to me. Again, another reason I know you have a heart and that you're a beautiful person inside and out, male or female, because you still, no matter how much you don't hold a space for this person anymore, you don't have sympathy for them really. You still would be willing to talk to them and have a man-to-man or a woman-to-woman or a man-to-woman conversation with them if they would listen. And if they would sit down and take accountability and acknowledge, but they can't though, can they? They like can't acknowledge either the pain they've caused you, the abuse they've done over and over and over and over and over again, the advantage they've taken or something like that. They can't acknowledge and they refuse, they won't. And what's even more upsetting is how they acknowledge and care for other aspects of their life. But they can't when it comes to you. And it's like this person has I mean, if they don't, you could have fooled me. Because it feels like they have some sort of personal vendetta against you. And it's like, like at this point, you can only just smile about it. I spit. You can only just smile or laugh. You know, it doesn't get to you like it used to anymore, which I love. I love that you're not letting them like take your energy. But that's shitty, and I'm acknowledging your feelings here. And it's shitty that you even had to be in this energy. It's shitty. I think you were done shitty. I think you have been done shitty. I think it's been a repeat thing over and over again, and it's awful. Yeah. I mean, the only way I could see this apply if it's romantically, because I know some of y'all are probably chomping at the bit, like, are you sure it's not, would be if there was an actual marriage here. Because otherwise, we're not obligated to do anything. You know, you're not obligated to do anything. But if we're in a marriage, you know what I'm saying? Like, we should probably, like, come on now. You know, that's a real strong commitment there. Sometimes we're just too, like, controlling of people. This isn't controlling. This is someone who didn't deserve to be treated the way that they've been treated repeatedly over and over and over again. And I feel like it's you. I feel like it's you. So, whatever. It is what it is. You know what I mean? Yeah, they just, basically I wrote, they've done something too many times. What have they done? They've shown you their true colors. That's what they've done. And their true colors is that this person is selfish. Maybe even a little heartless. Yeah. I feel like this individual, like you have no bond with them. None. No bond with this person. Even if it's familial. None whatsoever. There's no bond. And it's not because of you that you don't have a bond. It's because of this person. They have just time and time and time and time and time and time again. You know what I mean? And then what's crazy, you know what I've noticed? A lot of times when that happens to people, you will have individuals who, some of them, mean well, but they're really irritating because they'll tend to take the side of the abuser. They will. They'll tend to take that person's side for whatever that person's ridiculous reasons are for hurting an innocent person time and time and time and time again. I'm going to reiterate that because I feel like that's important here. It's not once this has happened. You know, some are innocent in the matter, meaning like they don't mean to. It's not intentional, but some it is intentional. And they'll take the side of the abuser. They'll take the side of that person for the harm and the neglect and the just whatever that they've done to another. And that can make you feel like, wow, like, what kind of world do we live in here? See, because if it's us, a lot of times, if we want to like get somebody back or whatever, we feel like even not getting them back, but just like telling them exactly what we think about them, you know, or whatever. We do something wrong, we answer right away. I mean, even if we like, I don't know, get mad at somebody at a red light and we're cussing them out, you know, the next minute we get a flat tire. Because you ever feel like that? Like you're that type of person that just answers immediately for shit you do. But then you can have people that go their whole lives and just sit there and shit on people and abuse people and neglect them. And especially certain ones that they should care about, like such as their own children or, you know, their family. And they do these things and they're harsh and they're mean and they're hateful and they're blah. And then nothing. Fucking nothing. And then they have people on their side. Allies. People who support them. And it's like, are you fucking kidding me right now? And then you're the bad guy. Or girl. You're like the bad one. Because you finally said enough is enough. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, you're not alone, though. If you think you're alone, you definitely have people that are supporting you for this. That are, maybe this is the message. Somebody coming through saying, I totally get why you're only going to give this person what they give you. If they reach out, you'll reach out. If they say something, you'll say something. Otherwise, you're not calling them no more. You're not coming to see them anymore. You're not trying to spark up a conversation or a bond with them. You're not going to invite them places. If they want to know, they'll fucking stay in touch. If they don't, they won't. Oh, well, you know, like you're not really hurt over it. It's not coming from an emotional place. Although, if we're being honest, deep down, there is still pain, of course. And I hope one day, if you haven't already, you do get to sit down with this person. I don't see it happening because they don't want to hear it. I mean, they want you to hear them all day. And maybe it's not even just this person. It could be somebody attached to this person. And you see that person for how it is and how they are and everything. And you may be like, I'm just waiting. Meanwhile, they're looking at you like you're the enemy. And it's like, wow, really? Just wait. Because if you guys would actually sit down and have an adult conversation with me, I'd tell you exactly why I slight you now, or exactly why I don't talk to you, or exactly why I'm this and that and things have changed, or why I feel this way or whatever. I mean, if you did lose it, you know, and you were like filled with rage, which I'm glad you aren't. I'm glad you're not. I'm glad you have control of yourself and that you think with your, you know, you have a conscience. I'm glad you do. But if you didn't, And if you did go crazy, I would totally understand, because this is like crazy, man. Like, this is constant. It's just constant. It's like, I'm just, you know, and not only that, but you can not necessarily pretend, but you can kind of go along if you have to. Like, for those of you that are obligated to see this person sometimes or all the time, that's going to differ for people. You're able to like act accordingly and, you know, get along and whatever, but deep down, I mean, you know how much courage and strength that takes to control yourself? Wow. Wow. I'm talking. Yeah, so basically you have no sympathy for this person. If you do, it's very little, because they have no sympathy. I almost question everything about this person. Like, I question their motives, their intentions. I question all of it, even with other people that they do reciprocate to. And because I feel like this person's a taker. They're not a giver. Energetically, emotionally, physically, mentally, financially, then always. They don't really establish deep bonds with people. I don't even know, honestly. I don't know. This person is like a stone. Something to do with the Rolling Stones. I'm seeing the Rolling Stones. Or headstones, but Rolling Stones. Oh shit! Some of you. Well, that's comforting. So you know how I said somebody's got your back too? Not just one person. You got a lot of people who they know exactly how this person is, and this would be people or a person that doesn't take this individual side. They completely, in fact, they may even feel like, holy shit, how do you do it? Like, how do you even do it? And then they feel for you even more. They may even get filled with rage for you, because you aren't. Because you are so pure and humble about it, and so constantly give the shirt off your back no matter how you've been treated. And that, you know, this person that loves you could be a partner of yours. Maybe that's where a relationship comes in. Some of you, if you're in a relationship, you have a very protective partner who's like, I'll drop kick a bitch, you know, or whatever, man or woman. Like somebody here who's just like, oh, they can't stand this person, whoever this is, and they may even get protective of you, or it's a family member or a friend or all of it, and they just hold it in and grit their teeth. But that makes them love you even more, because they see how fucking sweet you are, man or woman. Oh, but it makes them so, and I understand that, you know? But anyway, because I said Rolling Stone and I saw headstone, and some of you, this is somebody who's passed. They're on the other side, and this person, now that they are on the other side, you think this person can't see and hear everything and knows people's intentions? And the conversations that happen behind closed doors. It's a spirit that comes in and out. They're not always there, but they come in and out, and they visit this person in their townhome, flat, apartment, home, house, whatever, wherever they live, on wheels. I mean, they visit them. They come in and out. And they hear things that they couldn't have heard when they were still here. And this is someone who very much had a deep connection to you. They may have had a connection to both of you for some of you, but they had a deeper, obviously, connection to you. And they are not happy. I'm telling you right now. Like, they just, I don't even know if not happy is a way to say it, as much as they're kind of like, they could be lifting the veil. Like a passed over loved one could be lifting the veil on a person's true intentions of you. I mean, wow. I really would not trust this person. I don't think you trust them, but I really wouldn't trust them at all. Like, this person doesn't have your best interest at heart. This person. They don't have your best interest at heart. And it's not nothing you don't know. You definitely know that. But I would never trust this person. Like, I wouldn't. And it's, you know, it's really rare. It is rare. A lot of us, we can get hung up on that and be like, oh, people are so evil and they do this and that. You know, it's not everybody. You know, I mean, we can all do bad things, and we do. But it's rare that I see somebody who's this callous. Really, who just has, I really have a hard time feeling this person. I actually don't feel them. I feel nothing coming from them. Like, they're not emitting any energy whatsoever. I feel no passion, no drive, no spark. It's very, well, hollow. Hollow man or woman. It's a very hollow individual whom it's almost like their essence is gone. It almost feels like they've sold their life, you know? I would say soul, but how can you sell your soul? I'm open. I'm open to ideas and other opinions. It just doesn't make sense to be able to sell your soul. I mean, it makes sense to sell your life, to constantly like say in exchange for something I'll do this constantly. So you're selling your time, you're selling your life here, your time on this earth. That makes sense. We sell our soul to our work. We sell our soul for fame. We sell our soul for, like I said, work. Could be our 9 to 5s. That's a type of selling your soul, but it's selling our life because we're putting our all into it just to get something out of it. We're getting that something out of it, but not because it's just coming to us. No, we had to give up something for it. Sacrifice. But we're not losing our soul. So this is a person who, it feels like that to me, like they've sold something. Like it's just like this void, like this emptiness inside of them. Like really, I wouldn't trust this person at all. Anyway. So, we covered it all, I think. And that's kind of how I feel with this. You've covered it all. You've already had certain conversations with this person, if not with this person, with other people about this person, even to the people who still take this person's side or still kind of think this person's whatever, things can be worked on between y'all or whatever. And it's like, listen, at this point, I know where I have to keep this person. I know where I mentally and emotionally have to keep this person. And that's exactly how it's going to be. And again, I reiterate, if this person ever wants to have an adult conversation with me, woman to woman or man to man, man to woman, I'll have no problem telling them exactly why I've gotten to the point I am. And I'm sure they're going to tell me all about but it's more so about how this person feels about you, which is interesting because I don't feel any feelings coming from them, because they feel a certain type of way about you, but they don't have many feelings, which is weird. That's odd to me. It's weird to tap into a human being and not feel any type of emotion. Like, I don't feel emotion other than I don't know. A quest for power? I mean, I don't know. I don't feel anything coming from this person. I feel hollow, man. That's how I feel. I'm sorry to yell, but that's what I feel. It's infuriating. What's infuriating about it is not this person. I mean, they can go about being hollow all they want, whatever. But it's that somebody like you gets hurt in the process, and then not just but has been time and time and time and time again, you know. And at that point we say, well, now it's time for us to let go. I could say, well, now it's our fault, but it's not your fault. You were innocent in the fucking matter. This whole message is about someone who was innocent in the matter. Now, maybe when we're adults or whatever, but if this started as a child with this person, whoever this person is, no wonder. You know, and that's when we get to where is it that I have abandonment issues, why I can't just let this person go? Because obviously they don't love me. They don't care. They don't care about me at all. They don't care what happens to me. I mean, you may even wonder if this person cares if you even die. Granted, we all die. It's inevitable. But it's like this person doesn't even care about me. Like, genuinely doesn't care. No matter what people try to tell you, no matter what people try to tell themselves about you, about this person in regards to you, or period, you know. You see, and if you don't, you're about to. I feel like you do, definitely. How can you not? Of course you do. And this veil is being lifted. Either it's maybe a Passover loved one is lifting the veil on you so that you see what's going on, and you're like getting it now. Now, if you were terrible to this person and it had nothing to do with you ever being innocent in the matter, and you were just an awful person and you always had it out for this person, and you could never be happy, and you just wanted to find fault in this person, or you just wanted to have problems and issues with this, then that would be different. But that's not what I'm getting here. That's not this message period at all. This message is for a person here who is completely innocent in the matter and has been the entire time. I even say now. Why are you not innocent now? Because you have boundaries? You hear that? Because you're a little louder now? Because you're a little more upfront about the fact that they're lucky you haven't lost it. You know? Really. But what good would that do? What good would any of that do? What good would you losing your shit do? Nothing. Nothing. So you just stay still and you let this person do whatever. You know, a lot of you have already gotten to the point where you don't even care anymore. I really genuinely feel like you don't hold space for this person anymore. You have sympathy for other people. You can forgive other people because you can tell they're good people. They're not hollow. They have something in there. There's something. Like, I feel like you're such a damn forgiving person. You understand people make mistakes. They're not perfect because you know you're not. But when it came to specific situations, and this is one of them, sometimes in some situations you are innocent in the matter and your intentions are pure and you just get shit on and you didn't deserve it, especially if you were a child when this started happening, and it's just kind of fucked up, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna leave it there. Yeah. So I guess for those of you that this is a relationship thing, it's not the relationship itself necessarily, unless it is somebody's got like a shitty relationship here, then you've got like a friend or a family member who is like wanting to rip apart the person who's with somebody who's shitty. But it more so feels like if we have anybody who is in a relationship here, the person who's with that individual who's been treated that way, and rightly so, that partner is very protective of their person. If you're with somebody's very protective of you. I would say they love you for like real, which is rare. Love is rare. Genuine love is rare. Genuine romantic love is rare. And I would say you have it. And I would say this is someone who's like a very sweet individual, but they hurt for you. And there's this rage inside of them that makes them want to, like, I don't know, hyena somebody. Like they just want to go blood eagle a person. I can't even talk, you know. Somebody could even get so mad they can't even think straight, or they can't even talk, or their neck gets red, their face gets red, they get a little flustered or whatever. They get frustrated because it just pisses them off. It makes them angry. Like, you know. Some of you, if this is a parent of yours that treated you this way, the other parent or whoever raised you wants to rip this person to shreds. I'm hearing, let me at him. Damn. Somebody's name could be Adam, or it could have something to do with, I'm seeing like an Adam's apple. So it could be like towards a male, or it could be a male who's feeling this way. Anyway, this is a really passionate message for some of us, because the one individual feels nothing. They feel nothing at all unless it benefits them. They feel it or they don't feel it. They show that they feel and they care and all this in some area, but they're getting something out of it. Really. Whatever that is, only the space around knows. But the veil is being lifted. And the heart is being shown. Something to do with heart. Heart. I think February, for some reason, or February it's always a weird one to say, is going to be a significant month. It's just really standing out to me right now. Something's going to change in February. Something that causes someone to bawl. I'm just taking this little piece of paper for some reason and balling it up. Something that's going to cause someone to bawl. But you may not care at that point. Or somebody, and it's like, you can bawl about it. I'm not going to bawl about it because I've done my crying about it. I've done my crying about it. I've done my caring about it, and I don't care anymore. You know? Wow. Thank you guys for being here with me, and I'll talk to you later. Some of you got real good partners out there. You got partners that love you.